Welcome back, everybody. We're here for another installment of Comprehensive Music Reviews. For those of you who aren't aware, my name is Nick, I'm your host, and we do these whenever there's a new song that's released. We're not in the usual attire today. I just got out of the shower, and obviously I didn't feel like putting on a shirt, so I grabbed the smoking jacket. I'm also not wearing pants. So today we're going to be doing a music review on Ne Obliviscaris' new single, Graal, which is coming off of their soon-to-come album, Exul. So obviously you guys know that I rated this previous song that they released as a single pretty highly. Ekis I thought was really good. I thought it was pretty darn nice. I thought it was just Also, I think it would be fair to say that it was probably one of their better singles that they've released. I think it was pretty good. This one's pretty good too. I honestly cannot speak highly enough of Ne Obliviscaris. I think they do an incredible job with what they do. They bring a lot of hope for the metal scene coming up here. Especially with this new single that released, because my gosh, that was a banger. We're going to go by the same format that we usually do, and we're just going to jump right into it. So starting off with an overview. This song, it's great. There's really nothing else that can be said about the song. Everything is done in a very, very calculated, very precise way. Everything in there brought out new elements to the music that they're writing, as well as different playing styles that they've incorporated on previous albums as well. So not only was this a single that brought back some nostalgia, but it also brought some new and exciting ideas that they've been bringing up now, including some really tasty leads. I like some of the leads that are on this. Overall, I think it's a pretty darn good song. It's a very strong single release. I cannot honestly wait for their new album. Starting off getting into the music production side of things, once again, beautiful job with what they do. The only thing, like I will say, to change anything, I would make the bass clanky. Isn't really clanky, it's very bassy, but it's not really a standout, aggressive bass tone. It does fit their music and the vibe that they're going for, seeing as how the guitars kind of have a little bit of a mid-range placing in the mix. They kind of do that on purpose so that way they can have a nice, really good strum sound whenever they're doing any of these fancy chords or whatnot. It honestly makes it so that way you don't have too much clashing with the cymbals when you get in, especially on those higher strings. So honestly, the way that the bass is done with the tone, it's perfectly fine, and it does fit with the mix. I like clanky bass. Regardless of that, it's really well done. The vocals rest perfectly atop of it. I like that they're constantly expanding and trying new things out just to see what they can get away with, and also to improve their sound quality. I think that bands should be doing that on the regular. Getting into the writing side of things, wow, they definitely went experimental with this one, and it paid off. These guys do not miss. It was a nice, almost a classic death metal thrash intro. There was blast beats, there was skank beats. It fit really well. Zen was digging in with his vocals. Everything was doing really nicely. And it's not too far into the song that we hear Tim Charles come in with his angelic voice and just do what he does best. But his violin playing is just exceptional on this. It's exceptional on every song, but it's exceptional on this release. It's honestly probably one of his better works, I'll be honest with you guys. I really like the violin work on this album. Especially the end. It's very climactic. It's very nice. It comes to like this perfect climax where it's just like, oh, this is what I wanted in a song. It honestly finishes at the perfect time. It finishes with the perfect way. It's about 9 minutes long, and it's worth every single one of those 9 minutes. You will thank yourself for listening to this song. They have leads that are on this song from the guitar that I've never heard from Ne Obliviscaris ever before. It's like, holy crap, you guys stepped it up a notch. They've done really well. Again, they always have the bass solos in there, but instead of going melodic, they actually had kind of a disharmonic bass solo. They kind of broke in and out of key a little bit. At one point in the bass solo, it's going major, and then it goes into this minor mode and all that. It's really interesting. And then he starts throwing in a bunch of these jazzy notes that are like not really in the scale, but they work. Everything's just really well done. And obviously the bass drums on the drums, everything tonality-wise blends really well together. The guitars have a very interesting kind of mid-range that they're set in, and I think that that's fine for the way that it's mixed, because it's a good heavy guitar tone, it's a good crunch, and it fits really nicely and blends really nicely along with the other instruments in the mix. So it sounds nice and full, but it doesn't sound like the guitars are overpowering. There's nothing clashing in the mix. It's just done in a very wonderful fashion. And once again, like I mentioned before, with the way that they've got the bass set up as well, the bass stands out and emphasizes all the low notes that are in the mix. Everything is done in a very professional fashion. And I like how they have that good balance between like Tim Charles's angelic voice of good and then Zen's chaotic voice of evil. It's like, I love the way that the two of them kind of go at it with each other. It's really good. It's almost like you got the devil on one shoulder and then you got the angel on the other. It's the symbolism that they have in that band is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, obviously, I do have to give this song a rating, and I'm sure you guys can guess that I'm going to give it a pretty decent rating because I like the song and I like the band. Honestly, the thing is with Ne Obliviscaris is, like I said before, they do not miss. And I feel like this song honestly brought some new stuff from them that was tasteful to me. I really did like the way that they organized things for this one, and I like that they brought new elements into their music and into their song that we didn't really see previously in some of their other single releases. It's not like some of these bands where they kind of find their spot and then they just ride that spot for as long as they can. Nothing wrong with that, but it's good when we see bands experiment and try new things and add it in, and it works. It's also funny sometimes to watch bands who try that and it fails. I had to do it, I'm sorry. But I do like that they're sticking to their style and they're adding new things to it, so it gets a 9.01 out of 10. The only reason why it got the 0.1 and it didn't get the 0.1, it's for one thing and one thing solely. One more breakdown would have sufficed. But with that being said, the review is now over. So if you liked it, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, we post drum shorts twice a day, every day, 365 days of the year on this channel. We post music reviews like these whenever there's new music that's released. And we post long form videos whenever I get the chance to. And on Saturday mornings, we have our Minecraft video to help diversify the content and unwind a little bit, take a break from music. That's the end of this one. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.